Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. New Zealand 38, Australia 7. New Zealand retained the Bledisloe Cup for 2 decades now. They have held on to it, and Australia, despite a little bit of improvement early on in the game, completely blown away by the end of it, and a 31-point victory there for the All Blacks, who are well and truly back. They moved to second in the world with that victory. Will Jordan, for example, one of the players who just continues to score tries for fun, but New Zealand are back to scoring tries for fun. And this is a big warning, I think, out to everybody that come the World Cup, they are going to be serious contenders. Before you sort of break down the game and look at exactly what happened when and who the big performers were and stuff, please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Right, so it all started pretty well for the All Blacks. Shannon Brazil went over in the 4th minute after Scott Barrett absolutely hammered Tate McDermott in a defensive line-out. He lost the ball forward, and Shannon Brazil literally just had to dot it down. So I don't think he'll score too many easier tries than that. Richie Mo'unga missing that conversion. But Australia, they got to a really good rhythm. They had some really nice carries, really nice sort of structure, and that all results in Rob Valentini going over in the 7th minute. Carter Gordy adding the extras to take the lead. He then missed a penalty about 7 minutes later, and things did change. Marikai Korobeti getting a yellow card, which allowed Cody Taylor to go over in the 33rd minute. Richie Mo'unga this time adding the conversion to make it 12 points to 7. A massive blow for Australia is the fact that they lost both their tight heads today. And Toa got replaced in the 37th minute. Looks like it could be the Achilles, and he might be out of the World Cup. Tina Tupou's replacement also having to go off early with a rib injury. So that's probably sort of the biggest concern probably for Eddie Jones and the Wallabies coaching staff. But Will Jordan, just before half time, went over in the 14th minute to make it 17 points to 7. Richie Mo'unga then making it 19 points to 7. And Australia had a very good sort of period in that first half, but those sort of 2 tries in the last 10 minutes really sort of took the wind out of their sails. They then started very well in the second half. They did. They camped basically out in the New Zealand 22. They had lots of possession, lots of phases, and just couldn't get anything out of it. And that's a big concern for them. I think they'll need to look at how they are going to score points in these positions, because they had a lot of possession, a lot of opportunities, and couldn't score any points. It took All Blacks about 18 minutes to get into the 22 for the first time of Australia in the second half, and Caleb Clark scored in the 59th minute. That's how deadly New Zealand were. And then bang, Caleb Clark 59 minutes, Mark Talea 64 minutes, Rico Wani 66 minutes. 3 tries within, almost a 10-minute period. Within a 10-minute period. And that was the game, 38 points to 7. If we look at some of the stats, Australia actually had more possession. And that came down to the second half, where they had 73% possession compared to New Zealand's 27. And yet New Zealand scoring 3 tries in that second half. If you look at the territory, the second half, for example, was 48-52 first half. New Zealand had a lot more territory. 6 tries to 1. And New Zealand running more meters, beating twice as many defenders, twice as many clean breaks, more gain line carries, far more passes, twice as many offloads, more turnovers won. I thought they were much better at the breakdown. And yeah, so kind of dominated sort of every single facet, I think, overall, really. But at the end of the day, Australia's defensive effort was barely impressive in the first half, but they were asked to make 213 tackles, and that showed by the time they got to the second half. Really started to feel the effects of that defensive effort. They made 180 of those tackles at 85%. New Zealand were asked to make 172 tackles, making 158 of them. Goal kicking success was pretty poor from both teams. Richie Mo'unga missing out on 2, Carter Gordy missing out on 1 of 2. Line success, line's pretty good. They were both pretty solid for both teams. The Australia scrum suffered a little bit, especially when obviously the fact that they had these tight head issues. New Zealand losing just the 1 scrum. Australia discipline is an issue. 2 yellow cards, Korobeti going off, as well as Tupou getting sent off, meant that 20 minutes of the game was played with 14 men with Australia, which didn't help. They conceded 7 penalties in total. New Zealand actually conceded more with 9. So, yeah, if you look at some individual performances, I think, like a Will Jordan is looking as dangerous as ever. I thought all the outside backs for New Zealand, I mean, he made all his tackles with Will Jordan, making 9 tackles, 2 defenders beaten, a try assist, a try, an offload, 46 meters gained. Mark Talea was full of running as well, 125 meters gained. I thought that Scott Barrett was absolutely tremendous. 10 carries, 11 tackles, 3 turnovers, 1. 4 defenders beaten, an offload, 34 meters gained. For me, probably the man of the match. I thought that Odyssey Sevilla looked pretty good. Rishi Mwanga looked was a little bit more quiet than he was 2 weeks ago, but pretty assured. In terms of Australia, where are the positives? Well, I thought Mark Nwangani Tawase looked pretty good once again. He made 16 tackles, 55 meters gained, 5 defenders beaten, 2 offloads, 1 clean break. I mean, that's an incredible outing as a wing. I thought that Bertini got around the block as well. I thought that Will Skelton looked a lot better today. So there definitely were a couple of positives from Australia, but just they were absolutely dead on their feet, and New Zealand, that fast-paced game plan really sort of caught up with Australia towards the end. Be interested to see what Eddie Jones has to say about the result, because at the moment it's three losses on the trot. When will they find that elusive first victory? Things are not going to get easier. They have to go to New Zealand next week, so it could I'll be looking at 4 losses in 4 games for Australia. Let me know what you thought about the game down in the comments below. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven, and I'll chat to you soon.